Helpful for life.
Man, oh man, are you in for a treat. Now, personally, I think that this is the most exciting milestone. Now sure, the other milestones have lots of really helpful and good educational information, but we all know you are here to learn how to cook. So your kitchen should be set up now with all the gear and food you need, so you should be ready to cook. And here is where a lawyer would probably tell me to say something along the lines of the following. Everything in this course is for informational purposes only. Perform the things we discuss at your own risk. We are not liable for any harm, damages, expense, or other losses you or others may suffer based on reliance on this course. And the other one, specific to food. Consuming raw or undercooked meats, poultry, seafood, shellfish, or eggs may increase your risk of foodborne illness. Shellfish, say that 5 times fast. And less legalese, be safe, especially around hot stuff and sharp stuff. The kitchen is a dangerous place if you're not careful. And always use a thermometer to make sure your food is cooked to a safe temperature. Okay, enough of the disclaimers though, let's move on. For this milestone, we highly recommend that you cook along with us to practice your new cooking skills. If you want to cook the exact same things we do, make sure to check out the recipes and the grocery list so you can buy what you need to before we get started. However, that being said, one of the most important things that we want to teach in this course is not to depend on recipes, but instead to learn techniques and methods. You just learned all about how to create and shop for a nutritious, balanced meal. And in this milestone, you're going to learn the techniques and methods on how to cook that meal. So not only will you be able to cook any recipe out there, but you'll actually be able to cook your own recipes that you come up with. It was when I achieved this, when I unlocked this state of mind, that I really started to enjoy cooking that much more. It's super awesome when we can just open up our pantry and fridge and say, well, what do we want to cook today? And we can just kind of grab some things and throw it together without having to make a big, elaborate plan in advance. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't mention one of the biggest inspirations that I had for this way of thinking, and that is Chef Todd Moore of webcookingclasses.com, and he also has a YouTube channel. You should go check him out, give him a like, give him a subscribe. He definitely doesn't have the amount of traffic that he deserves. So this milestone is a big boy. It's by far the biggest milestone in this course, and that's because it is packed to the brim with amazing cooking awesomeness. We'll start out with some bonus tips before diving into knife skills. You'll learn how to keep your knife sharp, as well as the methods and techniques you need to cut most, if not all, food. Then you'll learn how to make your food delicious. We'll talk about a lot of the factors that go into taste and how you can control them to create flavor bombs. Among other things, some of the things we'll talk about are marinades, seasoning, caramelization, and the Maillard reaction. We also tease our mini course, The Art of the Marinade, in case you want to dive a little deeper into that. Next, we talk about the magic that arguably makes us human, applying heat. In case you didn't know, no other animal cooks its food. There's a super interesting TED Talk by a neuroscientist who talks about how our brain is different and how cooking may be the thing that makes us humans so much different than all other animals. You should check it out. In the applying heat section, we talk about the different methods of applying heat, as well as how to cook proteins, starches, and veggies. For each of those things, we give tips on how to cook them, as well as inspiration on how to turn them into dishes. After the heat, you'll learn to get saucy. We'll talk about fancier things like roux and the 5 French mother sauces, but we'll also talk about simpler sauces like salad dressings and board sauces. And then we will tell you about how to take things you already have in your kitchen, like condiments and jarred pasta sauces, and take them up to the next level of deliciousness. The last section in this milestone is one that will instantly up your dining experience. Not only will you learn about plating, but we will give you tons of tips and tricks on all of the different factors that go into creating an amazing dining experience. This will make eating more fun, prettier, and all around just a better experience, both for you and any guests that you have. Before you get started, there's one special note about this specific milestone. Parts of this milestone were made for you to enjoy multiple ways. The first way is through smaller, shorter, individualized videos that focus in deep on a specific topic. For example, how to cut broccoli. Then there are other videos which we've called Cook With Me videos that are more about cooking an entire meal. For your first time through the course, we highly recommend that you watch all of the shorter individual videos because they contain a lot more information about the techniques and the background information you should know about that specific thing. However, later on, when you want to cook an entire meal, that's where the Cook With Me videos come in. And those videos are a lot more like what you'd see on YouTube or on a cooking show because they cover how to cook a meal from beginning to end, but they don't dive in as deep onto each part of the meal. But that's the beauty of the individual videos. If you ever need to come back and brush up on just a specific thing, for example, how to cut broccoli, you can do just that. But again, I cannot stress enough how important it is for you to learn the techniques and the methods, not just how to cook a specific dish or a specific meal. And that's why we organize the course this way. However, we always love to hear feedback, so please let us know what you think of this method. With all of that said, it's finally time for you to cook your food.